Whenever people ask me about DIBBS, the first thing they say is, Humam, there are thousands of contracts. I don't even know where to start. And here's the truth. Not every contract is worth your time. Some of them are super complex, some of them need specific certifications, or just way too competitive. On the other hand, there are the ones that I call the low-hanging fruit. These are the products anybody can source, the government is always buying, and they're the perfect way to get your foot into the door. So in this video, I'm breaking down the top 10 easiest contracts to get on DIBBS. And stick till the end because even 9 and 10 are actually still very easy. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to 250 subscribers by end of this month. Let's get started. With number 1 being screws, nuts, bolts, and washers. These are the bread and butter of DIBBS. The military needs them for maintenance all the time, and that's because it makes sense. Every vehicle, every machine, every piece of equipment relies on these things. And what's even better, they're small, cheap, easy to find, and they're easy to ship. What makes them easier and why they're number 1, and you can find suppliers everywhere for them, which makes them a very low risk entry point. In number 2, we have O-rings and rubber seal. These little guys are everywhere in maintenance. They're consumable, so they get replaced all the time to make sure everything is running smoothly. Plus, they don't require any special certification, and you can usually buy them in bulk from industrial suppliers without breaking the sweat. So they're also a great number 2. In number 3, we have safety goggles and vests. Well, the golden rule is anything related to worker safety is a golden opportunity. It's also a solid contract. So think about gloves, safety glasses, reflective vests. The government eats these up. Plus, they're very easy to fulfill. The great thing is that the demand for these never goes away because safety is always going to be important for the government and the safety standards are always going to be enforced, which means it's a steady opportunity. Once you find them once, it's very easy to find them again, 3 times, etc. In number 4, we have cleaning supplies. Think about wipes, disinfectants, brooms, even mop heads. Think about it. Bases, offices, warehouses, they all need to be cleaned and they all need cleaning products. And oh boy, if you've ever been at a base, you know how fast these items go. They're easy to find, low cost, and repeat buys happen constantly. So you don't have to chase brand new suppliers every time. However, when it comes to the bigger items and liquid, they're sometimes hard to ship, especially when there's a quick contract that you have to deliver it by. And you have to sort out the shipping instructions and the shipping requirements. And we're halfway through. At number 5, we have the office supplies. Paper, pens, toner cartridges. Nothing really exciting, nothing so fun. But again, every government office needs them. And these contracts are super straightforward. And just like cleaning, offices go through these supplies really fast. It's almost guaranteed that there's going to be more opportunities just around the corner. And in number 6, and one of the most overlooked ones, is that the packaging materials. The government ships a ton of stuff all the time. So think boxes, tapes, bubble wraps, labels, everything shipping related, and contracts like these are wide open for small businesses. Since these items are generic and easy to stock, you don't need special connections, just the right supplier. In number 7, you have pallets and shipping crates, another boring one but profitable. Just like how they ship a lot of stuff, the military, they move a lot of stuff. Heavy load equipment is usually on a crate or a pallet. They're kind of the backbone to shipping for the military. Without them, they can't move anything and they break all the time. So from what we get from that, they're simple. And once you find a supplier, you can keep bidding on the same type of contracts. And since a lot of times they break, you know there's going to be more contracts over and over again. And since you found a supplier, there's not going to be much of a hassle over there. In number 8, we have simple filters. Now, I'm not talking about jet filters and tank filters. Stay away from these. I'm talking about air filters and oil filters. That's the type that is easy to find and source from suppliers as well. And I feel like you get the common theme here with DIBBS. These filters, they need to be replaced a lot. So you know the government is going to be asking for them frequently, which makes them great contrast for recurring wins. Number 9, medical supplies. Funny enough, that's how we got into government contracting, selling medical supplies to the government. Now, I'm not talking about crazy medical supplies. I don't want you to think about hospital beds and machineries. Think about smaller. Think about gloves, masks, bandages. Nothing like regulated medicine, controlled substances. No, think about just the basic. They're easy to source. Hospitals always going to need them. base is always going to meet them, and they move in bulk. Now, the best part about medical supplies, they're not tied to a one-time project, but to everyday medical operations, and these never stop, so demand keeps rolling in. And last but not least, we have the basic hand tools. Every dad's dream. I know I'm getting older when I'm really enjoying the basic hand tools shopping and going to Home Depot Saturday morning. But think about hammers, screwdrivers, wrenches. Nothing specialized, nothing more complex than that. Just everything a mechanic is going to need and uses on a daily basis. And these contracts, again, pop up all the time because they wear out very often or get lost. But there's also safety regulations. There's a built-in cycle for replacement to these parts, which creates repeat opportunities. But now, before you rush into bidding, let me give you one piece of advice. Don't go chasing the high-dollar complex items in contracts. If you see jets, aircraft parts, spaceship material for NASA, weapon systems and rifles, or something with a crazy spec sheet, just skip it. Stick with the basics until you've built up really good past performance history, and then you can expand on and on and on. Now, you might be thinking, if they're so easy and there's so many of them, why no one bids on DIBBS? Well, the issue is that they're hard to find. And finding these contracts on a website like this is not really so fun to use, and it's honestly hard to use if anything. The search system is clunky, it's complex, it's old, it looks like it's built in the 90s and hasn't been updated since then, and half the time you don't even know what you're looking at. There are no titles, no summaries, no text, just numbers and NSN numbers and the RFQ, which makes them hard to filter through and to find. But that's why there are tools like SAMsearch, and instead of spending hours and hours scrolling through DIBBS and weird numbers, SAMsearch pulls in these contracts, uses AI to filter them, gives them titles, gives them summaries, basically gives them a soul, and now you can filter by product, filter by item. It's like going from dial-up internet to high-speed 5G. So if you want to save time and actually spot these contracts and double, if not triple, your bidding amount, check out SAMsearch. I'll drop the link below. So there you have it. The top 10 easiest contracts to find on DIBBS. Start small. Stick to consumables and supplies, and use AI and tools like SAMsearch to cut through the noise and just focus on bidding. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and thank you very much for watching.